Hello friends, welcome back to Enlighten Ed, where we uncover the truth behind myths, reveal hidden facts, and challenge what you thought you knew. If you're passionate about learning and love trivia, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into some of the biggest historical lies you were taught in school. And trust me, some of these will completely change the way you see history. Did you know that some of the most famous facts from history are actually myths? Over time, stories have been twisted, misunderstood, or even deliberately changed. Today, I'm debunking some of the biggest historical lies you were taught in school. Lie number 1. Napoleon was short. Napoleon is often portrayed as a tiny, angry ruler, but did you know he wasn't actually short? Napoleon was actually around 5'6" or 5'7", which was average for a man of his time. The myth that he was extremely short arose due to a mix-up between French and British units of measurement. The French used the pied du roi, king's foot, which was longer than the British foot. When British newspapers translated his height into their measurements, it made him seem much shorter than he really was. Additionally, British cartoonists, eager to mock their enemy, exaggerated his small stature in political cartoons, cementing the image of the little corporal in popular culture. Lie number 2. Vikings wore horned helmets. Picture a Viking. Chances are you're imagining a warrior with a horned helmet, but history tells us otherwise. There is no historical evidence that Vikings wore horned helmets in battle. The only Viking-era helmet ever discovered, the German Bow helmet, had a rounded protective design with no horns. The idea of horned helmets likely originated from 19th century artists and opera costumes, most notably in Wagner's Der Ring des Nibelungen. In reality, adding horns to a battle helmet would have been impractical. It could easily be grabbed in combat. Vikings were far more interested in survival than style. Lie number 3. People thought the Earth was flat in Columbus's time. Did Columbus really prove the Earth was round? Actually no, people already knew. The idea that people in the Middle Ages believed in a flat Earth is a myth popularized in the 19th century. Educated Europeans in Columbus's time already knew the Earth was a sphere. This had been proven by ancient Greek philosophers like Aristotle and Eratosthenes over 1,000 years earlier. The real debate wasn't about the Earth's shape, but about the size of the ocean. Columbus argued that Asia was much closer than it actually was, which is why he set sail. He was wrong about the distance but was lucky enough to discover the Americas instead. Lie number 4. The Great Fire of Rome was started by Emperor Nero fiddled while Rome burned. Or did he? The famous story of Emperor Nero playing the fiddle while Rome burned is not based on historical fact. First of all, fiddles didn't even exist in ancient Rome. More importantly, there's no solid evidence that Nero started the fire. Some sources claim he was in Antium, nearly 35 miles away, when the fire broke out. When he returned, he helped organize relief efforts and even opened his own palaces to house displaced citizens. The story that he deliberately set the fire was likely propaganda spread by his political enemies to tarnish his reputation. However, it's true that he used the disaster as an opportunity to build his extravagant golden house, Domus Aurea, which fueled further suspicions. Lie number 5. The U.S. Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4, 1776. We celebrate July 4th as Independence Day in the United States, but guess what? The Declaration wasn't signed that day. The Continental Congress approved the U.S. Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776, but most of the actual signatures weren't added until August 2nd. Some delegates signed even later. The famous painting by John Trumbull, often associated with the signing, actually depicts a presentation scene, not the actual signing. The myth that it all happened on July 4th is a simplification, likely because it's easier to remember one date rather than the messy historical process that took place. Which historical myth surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more eye-opening facts. History isn't always what it seems, and I'm here to uncover the truth.